はい、皆さん、こんばんちは、ノットでございます。ということで、シャーロック・ホームズね、噛みかけたけど、シャーロック・ホームズ、罪と罰続きやっていきましょう。でですね、前回、ついに犯人が、3人まで推理はできたんですけど、まだね、やることが残ってるわけですわ、課題が。で、その、石切り場に向かう視線を調べるということで、前回ちょっと分かんなかったんですけど、これまずね、ちょっとだけ調べまして、どこを調べるかだけ調べたんですけど、どうやって出すんだっけ。ドンカスター駅を調べるみたいですね。その先はね、ちょっと、ネタバレというか、それが嫌だったんで見てないです。で、このドンカスター駅が、まあ、いろいろと枝分かれをしてるらしいので、そこを調査するらしいんですよね。らしいんですけど、そっから先は分かってないんですよね。こっから先行けないんだもんな。だからちょっといろいろと調べようかなと。で、ここも確かに結局、調べてないんだよね、なんもまだ。なんかあったりするわけでもないのか。なんかここら辺も調べるらしいんですけど、あ、分かれてるね。これを調べんのかな。
This railway branch should lead to the quarry. Let us take a look.
あ、間違えた。
The switch is rusted, but it still
はいはい、
works.
まだ使える。お、なんかあったな、今。
The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is still usable.
線路はまだ使える。おっと、こっからなくなってるのか。
The railway ends here. That is strange.
で、調べるをこれで完了か。で、盗まれた線路とこれか ?OK。で、誰かが、鉱山への線路ってことで、さあ、犯人結局、まあもう分かってたので、これでやることは全部終わりましたね。じゃあ早速、大丈夫です。結局ですね、メキシコ人がチリ人を封印したと。で、殺人だったと。で、その鉱山に、なんで列車を埋めたかって言ったら、チリ人を殺害して犯罪を隠したということで、さあどっちを選ぶかですよね。政治的な駆け引きを選ぶか、正義の女神。で、正義の女神を選んだ場合は、レストレール警部に連絡して警察素早い正義を、行使してもらって、捕まえる感じですけど、政治的にちょっとやべえなって感じらしくて、で、その、政治を考えたら、こっちのなんかマイクロフトかなんかよくわかんないけど、それに機会を与えるらしいので、で、この事件自体長引くかもしれないけど、有利に導くための重要な要因になるので、それも仕方ないということで、どっちを選ぶか。正直悪いことをしてるので、政治関係ないと僕は思いますので、こっちを選びます。道徳的選択でいきます。はい。政治のこと考えなきゃいけないこともあるんでしょうけど。
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
But I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble. But it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. Our other option is the local constabulary, and advice from our friend Lestrade.
まあそうだよ
The
ね。
problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an
さあ
international
どうする
scandal.
か。
All the same, I think that I prefer the forces methods. It would be better to resolve the case quickly and efficiently, without any talk of politics.
Let us go home then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
No, I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
全部見たよ。
Watson, we know that the Barkazas Company directors were trapped under the collapsed mines, along with the train
なるほど。
and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh no. Please don't tell me we have to dig out the mines.
Huh. You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
さあ追い詰めに行
Well,
きましょ
the
うか
case
ね。
is
もうこれ終わったの
solved.
か
We should be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away, what? Wait a minute. You've solved the case.
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through then. He's alive.
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risks.
いやこれは今罠にかけてるの
By
か。
the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
そういうことね。多分これはそうだよね。こういうことによってこの駅員の人がかっこいいなあ、ワトソン君。
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
これどうす、何何これ撃たれ、どうするこれ待ってす待ってどうすればいいのこれ待って撃てないんだけど撃てた
How dreadful. Two dead bodies.
やっちゃったなこれ駅員助けれたよな
There, my dear fellow. It is all right. You did your best.
これやり直したかったな別の結末を選ぶじゃなくてやり直したかったまあでもこれもしょうがないですねこれもは自分の結果なのではい受け入れますはい2個目の中立的な人2個目の事件完了列車事件完了ですね線路上の謎完了ですなので次の事件やっていきましょうかね
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
何
The pupil is dilated.
何二日酔いとかじゃなくてどうすればいいの動かしてるけど他
The temperature appears to be normal.
脈
I I need to
い
concentrate
や
and
何
count
これ
the heartbeats. I need to concentrate
え
and
どういう
count
こと
the
これ
heartbeats. I need to
え
concentrate
どういう
and
こと
count the heartbeats.
あそういうことかこういうことでいいよね
A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute.
すげえなワトソン君
But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled.
毒人参とダチュラ
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned
ね
home.
自分で何か実験してたってこと
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. I'm glad to find you here.
すごくな
Need
い
your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in two young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these two young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything.
ロ
It's
ー
at the
マの
Roman
浴場
Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
いやすげえなホームズさっきまで死にかけてたんだろじゃあ行こうかなんかバグってるけど
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
OK 調べようか容疑者
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the city council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see.
そして犯行凶器
You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see.
さあ最後目撃者
Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr.
フィリ
Phillips.
ップさん
He was the one who called the police. He will be able to give you more details.
OK じゃあまずはフィリップさん聞いてみましょうか
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
さあ何が起きたかま
Please
ずは
tell
聞
us
か
the
なきゃ
chain
ね
of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentlemen had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
なるほど。
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
ああ、じゃあ、あれか。しれっと入るのは無理なのね、内緒で。気づくわけだもんね。ハサミで切った後。めちゃくちゃなんか手に入ったけど。一人住まい。気難しい。ピカピカのボタン。マンチェスター。お、なんか持ってる。ありがとう。警察官。警察、ここちゃった。どこここフリギダリュ。あれどこよ。あ、ここ
The steam room.
あ、出た、蒸し風呂。
These clothes belong to one of the
なるほど。
suspects from the steam room. Clothes belonging to one of the suspects.
シャンパン。
Champagne for a special occasion.
おしゃれだね。なんかあるんだろうな、まだ。なんか今なんなかったか。溶けた水。
An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled.
コルク。
Unopened. It was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
なるほど。ただ手をつけてないってことだね。これ何なんだろうね。
Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room.
じゃあ開けましょうか。熱そう。
Good Lord, Holmes.
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
ブラックジョーク。さあ、まずじゃあ死体を調べましょうか。
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
うわ、目やられ
There's
てん
only
のか。
one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
いてー。
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample.
あと、なんか、
Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
あとは手首。
Well, death is very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry, or he is an artist, or a ghost, or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
ちょっと待って、終わる前にここだけ調べようかな。
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street.
なんか落ちてない？これ落ちてない？なんか鍵。
This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
こんなもんか。他はこの人たちがあれなのかな。
It's horrible. So Rodney is dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else?
火鉢。
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it. I will need something to pick up this melted metal.
あるものが必要。
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
I'm in shock. I don't
あ、
want to
そ
talk.
う。鍵のことについて聞いてから終わりてえな。フィリップさん、ちょっと聞きたいことが。
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared.
なるほど、
I don't know
な
where
く
it
した
is.
んだね。
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
これだ。あ、違うの？え？
No, sir, I did not.
持ち場を離れた。あ、これか。
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you? No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
なるほど。
Did you receive a
20分で
reply
じゃ
from
あ
your
誰かが。
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see.
ありがとう。あと誰がシャンパン持って
There
き
is
た
a
か。
bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
なるほど。はい、ということで今回ここまでにしときましょうかね。さあ次回からこの蒸し風呂殺人事件とでも言うのでしょうか。続きやっていきたいと思うのでよろしくお願いします。ほんじゃまたね。